Bill, there was the moment earlier in the year when fans gave Buddy Hield, ovation after his interview, and then tonight, they gave George a ovation. How impressive is kind of this senior class when you look around the nation, not just the kids you got, but does it feel a little extra special kind of you're the senior?
Yeah, it probably does. I think it does for our league. I'm not around the other guys, but in our league, there's obviously some pretty special seniors that's meant a lot to their program. And the great thing about George, and our people is our people have enjoyed watching him play for 4 years, and they've enjoyed watching him compete. And how can you not respect his game? I mean, he's unbelievable as far as the things he can do out there and at his size and to score in the ways that he scores. So yeah, I thought that was nice, and I'm sure he'll remember that for a long time.
Bill, how would you describe the stretch run your team put together there to kind of close it out?
You know what, we weren't. I'm not taking anything away from them, but we weren't very good today. We never guarded them, never created any pace defensively. They stretch you out so far, and their ball screen stuff was so good the first half. And even though we had a 1-point lead, but we didn't guard them. And the second half, we actually maybe guard them a little bit better, but they may have guarded us a little bit better too. But I think we were down 1 with the ball under 4. And then, we talked about closing. This is what we do. We close. And then we had a real good possession. I think maybe a tip in. I don't remember exactly what it was. And then the hustle play by Perry to get Devontae a layup off Wayne's pass, and then Devontae's 3. It's an even game. It's a coin flip game. And in those 3 possessions, it totally turns. And so that's what you have to do. You have to close. And earlier in the year, we weren't closing quite as well, obviously. But here of late, we seem to have confidence down the stretch.
Coach, speaking of Devontae's 3, this isn't the first time he's hit a big shot like that. What about him do you think makes him so clutch and able to hit big shots like that?
Well, I think you could say the same thing about Frank and Wayne and Perry, too. I think they're all clutch guys. I don't know if we have a go-to guy like Michigan State or OU has, that they can go to. But I think we have multiple guys that are comfortable being that guy depending on the situation. And Devontae's certainly comfortable in that moment.
Bill, there's obviously a lot of talk about how wide open college basketball is this year, but just specific to your team, can you compare how you feel going into the postseason compared to some of the other teams you've had?
I'm more proud of this team. I've been proud of teams before, but maybe, if you've got, lottery picks or something like that you have better players. So if better players perform at a fairly high level, the chances are pretty good you'll be successful. This team, I think we got terrific good players, but I don't think that. I think this team has earned its stripes probably as much as any team we've ever had here, because the league's the best it's ever been, and these guys win it by 2 games. So I totally respect these guys. But I also know this: the margin for error is less. You talk about it being wide open. It's less, and so the reality of it is I couldn't be more confident about these guys moving forward. But I also know that like the energy level that we had defensively the first half, that may be enough to go home, disappointed in a one and done or a game. So we've got to do more things, I think, than what some of our other teams have done in the postseason. Not necessarily last year or the year before, because we were so beat up, but of the successful teams we have in the postseason, we got to do more things to create energy and make other teams play poorly. And we've shown we're capable of that, but we haven't been consistent doing that.
Did you guard Morris better? He was so good up there.
Yeah, I think we did. I think Frank did a better job on him. Yeah. Just Frank, yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked about it. I mentioned 21, 9, and 0 1,000 times this week. Not even saying it to Frank, but definitely knowing he's going to hear it. We did a good job on him. The way we defended and let them throw the ball up to McKay and offensive rebounds. That was terrible the first half, and then of course George was great. But we can certainly defend better than what we did today. But Frank's job on Morris was admirable, I think.
You seem to be trying to find somebody to slow McKay down and
times. Did anybody ever?
Yeah, I think we were better the second half. You know, they got 7 offensive rebounds the first half and got 1 the second half. So yeah, we were better. We were better. But I thought that Hunter did fine when he's in there. I didn't think Landon was landing until the end of the game. I mean, at all. You know, Shaq had a chance there early, and he gets beat. You know, offensive rebound put back. Carlton maybe a little bit, but he didn't have as much of a chance to play. But you know, and Mari's not big. You know, Mari's not really big enough. Mari was the best guy we had guarding George there for a stretch in the second half. But I think our bigs have to play bigger than what they did today. I don't think that we did anything except in the last 4 minutes to show that we can really protect the rim and rebound that position like we need to.
You guys got an incredible streak going on senior day. Does that play into that kind of run that you had in the final closing 4 minutes?
Oh, I don't think. Well, we didn't talk about that. You know, I think that the guys. You know, I talked to Perry and even Hunter and Jamari and Evan too. Of course, Evan played more than he has played, but you know, Perry said, "Hey, I'm exhausted." And Hunter said, "I'm tired," and it's not from a physical tired; it's from a stress. And so I think winning on senior day sometimes is a great boost, but I also think sometimes it can be an added weight too. And today I kind of felt like for whatever reason we didn't play loose and free like we had been playing. So I don't know if senior day had anything to do with us finishing. I would personally say it probably didn't. I think the guys were just playing.
Traylor's speech really seemed to be emotional for you. What was your thought on his speech, and how did you accept it?
Well, I mean, I'm not the most emotional guy, but there's certain things when you know the way that his journey, you can't do. I can't do anything but respect it, and to know how frustrating he's been to me, and know how many times I've called him in. I said one more screw up, and all those things. He's just been, to me, he's been so much fun to be around, and I don't think you have to be buddy with guys. I never have, but I do think that there's something about believing in kids and then having them respond the way they do because you do, and I felt that for 5 years with Jamari. So it's He'll go down as one of my all-time favorites. Not saying I don't care for the other guys just as much, but seeing the deck that was stacked against him and how he's responded to it, I have nothing but admiration and respect for that.
We haven't exactly seen Perry crack jokes. Did you know he kind of had it in?
Yeah, I thought he could go do stand-up maybe. I thought he was great. Bob tried to steal the show, but I thought Perry was great. And Jamari, actually, did a little stand up there too. But Perry, you can just see, there was a time when we recruited Perry, and after he got here, you couldn't get him to do a presentation or a speech in a class because there's 15 other people in it. And now to have him have total command of a situation like he did right there just shows you how much he's matured. It's pretty amazing to watch.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank you.